Is San Jose headed for a downfall in the real estate market? Well, we're about to talk about that and so much more. If we haven't met before, my name is Christa Nielsen with Real Broker in Silicon Valley, and welcome to my channel. Now, before we get started, I want to remind you that I do videos like this weekly. So if you want to see more content just like this with local information, definitely hit that subscribe button. Now let's dive in. A few things that I want to talk about right off the bat in the San Jose market is seasonally, we will always see a slowdown around this time. So yes, we are coming off of a crazy market post-pandemic. So we see changes in the market because of that. But in addition to that, we typically see a calming of the market in fall and early winter. So what does this mean in perspective of numbers and data in the San Jose market? Today we are going to be doing an overlook of the entire market in San Jose. San Jose is very large. We are also including single family homes all the way to condos. So of course, if there's something that you specifically want to know, definitely make a comment below. Year over year home prices are the first thing that I want to focus on. So last year, October 2021, we saw home prices at $1,320,000. Now, mind you, this is an average across the board in San Jose. This year, October 2022, we saw an average home price of $1,333,000. So we still do see a slight increase. These numbers aren't as huge as they have been over the last couple years, but we are still seeing a very slow but steady increase. And I believe my forecast is that we're going to continue to see these numbers stack up again instead of slope down like we've seen in the past 2 to 3 months. Now, of course, supply creates demand. So the next number that I like to look at is how many homes have sold in the last month and also how many homes are active in the last month. Now, last year we would have seen a flip-flop. So actually more homes were sold than were on the market, if that makes sense. So let's look at October numbers and then we'll work backwards. This year in October, we saw 529 homes sold, whereas last year, 1 year ago, there were 821 homes sold. We are absolutely feeling that pullback right now as we speak. 300 homes is a very dramatic difference from last year to this year, and we're absolutely feeling that in our market today. And just as I expected, we also have more homes actively on the market for sale versus last year. So this year we have 726 homes actively on the market in San Jose, whereas last year we had 556 homes. So again, the supply and the demand are flip-flopped. Last year, we saw less homes on the market actively, more homes selling. This year, it's the other way around. We will continue to see some volatility in the market as the Fed is constantly trying to control the inflation problem. As the inflation rates come down, so will the interest rates, which will dramatically affect the housing market. As soon as those interest rates pull back a little bit and drop again, the demand will naturally continue to go up as well. Now let's talk about average sales prices. So I like to use June of 2021 as a great example because it was one of the peaks of the market in the last 2 years. So let's look back at June 2021. Average sales price was $1,357,000, whereas this year, October 2022, average sales price was $1,333,000. I had a comment in my last video asking for the average price for a 4-bedroom average size home, let's say about 2,000 square feet and about 6,000 square foot yard. So I wanted to include this information in this video today. The average price point in San Jose for that type of home is about $1,600,000. We are still seeing a very healthy market in regards to homes selling close to list price and within an average days on market. We are going to start seeing sellers and agents become a little more realistic on what the sales price should start at, and that's going to generally help the demand in the market and the speed of list to sale. Speaking of days on market, let's jump into that next. So in October 2021, we saw 16 days on market as the average, whereas this year in 2022 October, we saw 27 days on the market. I know I've said this in other videos and I sound like a broken record, but I want to remind everyone watching this video that this is very, very normal. 16 days on market is not normal. 7 days on market, definitely not normal. 27 days, very, very much within the average that we saw year over year prior to the pandemic. Matter of fact, the last time that we did see these normal days on market was the end of 2019, when it was a relatively normal market before everything kind of blew up. So one of the biggest questions that I get is how much are homes selling above or below list price? So October of this year, homes were selling for 99.7% of list price. Almost exactly list price. This is a very, very healthy indicator of what's happening in the market. Homes are selling basically what they're listed for, which gives a lot more opportunity to buyers. There's no more guessing games. I know last year and earlier this year, it was completely impossible to try to figure out what homes were going to sell for. We were actually taking a previous sale that was pending and adding about 5 to 10% above that to figure out what it may sell for if we're lucky. So this last month, 99.7. If you go back to October of last year, 2021, homes were selling for 107.1% of list price. Again, that was a very chaotic time. It wasn't a healthy market for anyone, and people were just throwing money at properties, which I'm very grateful for. That's not happening anymore. So going back to supply a little bit versus demand. So this year, June of this year was probably the peak for what we saw in amount of homes that were on the market, which directly correlates to now a little bit of softening in the market. So last year, at this time, there were 556 homes actively on the market. If you fast forward to June of this year, there were 1,078 homes on the market, whereas now currently October 2022, there are 726 homes on the market. So the market hasn't caught up to the amount of inventory that has increased over the past several months. In general, we're seeing a pullback because of interest rates, because of volatility in the market. Stock prices are definitely affecting things too. As those interest rates start decreasing again, the demand is naturally going to continue to go up. Buyers right now that are sitting on the fence because they want to wait it out may come into play, which causes a lot more competition on homes. The people that I'm helping right now that are buying homes currently in this market are able to buy homes at a lower cost, and if they can afford it, they can wait out the interest rates. And what do I mean by that? I basically mean that they can assume the cost of the interest rate in the current time. However, they are in anticipation that eventually that interest rate will continue to go down again. I never advise people to buy outside of their comfort zones or to really buy with the assumption that rates will go back down. The other wonderful part about this market right now is the ability to negotiate with the seller. And I have a lot of people also being able to negotiate a credit towards buying down the interest rate, which is going to make a huge impact on your monthly payment. So back to the original question, is the San Jose real estate market in a downfall? Are we headed towards a crash? Data yet again points to the answer of no. However, we are still continuing to see a cooling off in our markets. With all of that said, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you're thinking about making a move to California or San Jose and surrounding areas, shoot us a text at the number below or send us an email at info@ChristaNielsenGroup.com, and we would love to help you in your search. Once again, my name is Christa Nielsen with Real Broker in Silicon Valley, and thank you so much. I'll see you soon.